established by law in 1952. That was in the old colonial days. They were meant to determine examinations required in public interest at the basic and secondary school levels. WAEC has come a long way. We have assisted in the development of sound education in English-speaking West Africa. We've also ensured that standards are maintained, and then we give the people of West Africa a vision of the great potentials which lie beyond examinations. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome the flag of the West African Examinations Council. The young man bearing the flag is a cadet junior under officer, Matthew Aboku. He is a cadet at the Achimota High School, 16 years of age. He is the second in command in the school's cadet corps. Right behind him, we have the flag escort by the name of Cadet Under Officer Tete John Kwaku. And then accompanying the flag, we have Professor Thomas B. Arioma, the chairman of council. Immediately after him, we have the Registrar to council, Alhaji Pate Ba. The mission of council is to remain Africa's foremost examining body, providing qualitative and reliable educational assessment, encourage academic and moral excellence, especially among the youths. The vision of WAEC is to be a world-class examining body. We present to you the flag of the West African Examinations Council. Let's put our hands together for them. Thank you, Cadet. The next flag that will be coming in is the flag of the Republic of Gambia. Let's receive the flag. Accompanying the flag, bearing the flag, is a cadet junior under officer, Nestor Aram. Nestor is 18 years. He's also a student of Achimota High School, He is the Provost Marshal in the school's cadet corps. He is aspiring to be a military officer. The flag escort is Kwao Oliver. He is also a cadet under officer of Achimota Senior High. And right behind him, we have the chief government nominee of the Gambia, Mr. Louis M. Mendy. And bringing up the rear, the head of national office, Mr. Musa B. Conte. The Gambian flag has the colors red, blue, green. Red represents the sun. Blue symbolizes the Gambia River, which is the lifeblood of a nation. And then the white lines symbolizes unity and peace. The Gambia national anthem is "For the Gambia, our homeland." Ladies and gentlemen, I will implore us to be upstanding as the national anthem of the Republic of Gambia is rendered. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may please be seated. Thank you very much. We will now receive the flag of the Republic of Liberia, the only country in Africa that were never colonized. Let's welcome the flag of Liberia. The flag bearer is Cadet Under Officer Benedicta. Benedicta is 17 years old. She's in class 3 science. Her favorite subject is engineering. Her hobbies are sports and anything technology, music, and dance. Escorting the flag is Joshua Kekeli Afechu, also a cadet officer at Achimota Senior High. And right behind them, we have the Chief Government Nominee and Vice Chairman of Council, Honorable Amos Amafuli. And then behind him, we have the Head of National Office, Mr. Dale Botu. The flag of Liberia has red and white stripes with a blue square and a white star. The 11 stripes represent the people that signed the Declaration of Independence for Liberia. The red, white is for courage and moral excellence. The blue square represents the African continent. The white star symbolizes the fact that Liberia was a first independent republic in Africa. The Liberia anthem says, "All hail Liberia, all hail." Because the major theme is God's protection, a celebration of their glorious liberty. The Lone Star is a symbol of hope, independence, and a vow that the nation will never be disgraced. Ladies and gentlemen, let's please be upstanding as we receive the Liberia anthem. All hail Liberia, hail. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may please be seated. Thank you very much. We will now receive the flag of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The flag bearer, Cadet Officer Khadija Yakubu, is 16 years old. Her favorite subject is geography. She loves singing and dancing. She is a cadet company commander, and she wants to be a military officer in future. The flag escort is Cadet Warrant Officer Class 1, Ate Andrew Nshira. Right behind them is the representative of the Chief Government nominee, Hajia Binta Abdulkader of Nigeria. And then coming from the rear, we have the Head of National Office, Dr. Amos Dangut. The flag of Nigeria, green, white, and then green again, all in vertical stripes, representing the vast natural wealth and fertile agricultural land, and also the white symbolizing peace and unity across the diverse ethnic groups. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be upstanding as we receive the anthem for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Arise, O compatriots. Nigeria will hail thee. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may please be seated. Thank you very much. We will now receive a flag for Sierra Leone, where there is a free town, but not everything there is free. The flag of Sierra Leone, please. Thank you. The flag bearer is Cadet Under Officer Clenham Afi Gati. Clenham is 16 years. Her favorite subject is government. She loves reading and listening to music. She is a cadet company commander and would love to be a military officer in future. Right behind her, we have the flag escort, Cadet Under Officer Edna. Edna is also a student of Achimota Senior High. Accompanying the flag, we have the Chief Government Nominee of Sierra Leone on Council, Mr. Edward Bakra. And then right behind him, we have the Head of National Office, Mrs. Matilda Jusu. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall be upstanding once again. Thank you for your patience as we take the anthem for Sierra Leone. High we exalt thee, realm of the free. The Sierra Leone anthem, please. Thank you once again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, the police band. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to receive the flag of the host of the 74th Annual Council Meeting, the flag of the Republic of Ghana. And as we get set to receive that flag, we must note that after we receive the flag, we'll be expecting the arrival of the guest of honor before the anthem of Ghana will be rendered. In the interim, in that interlude, as the flag comes in and we are waiting for her to arrive, the chairman to council, the registrar of council, shall receive her and accompany her to the hall. And as they come in, we are all expected to rise to receive our guests of honor. But before all of that, we are going to welcome the flag of the Republic of Ghana. Bearing that flag is Cadet Senior Under Officer Newell. He is 16 years old. His favorite subject is elective mathematics, and he loves playing chess. He is accompanied by a flag escort by the name of Reginald, also a student of Achimota High School and a Class 3 science student. Accompanying the flag is a chief government nominee of Ghana on council, Professor Ernest Kofi David. Right behind him, we have the head of national office, Dr. Mrs. Rosamond Wilson. And bringing up the rear, we have Nana Professor Dankawoso One, the Board of Trustee Rep of Ghana on the Endowment Fund. The Ghanaian flag has the colors of red, gold, green, all in stripes with a black star. The red is the blood of those who died for the struggle of independence. Gold represents the rich mineral wealth of the country. Green stands for the rich forests. And the black star represents African freedom and African unity. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said earlier on, before the anthem will be rendered, we will kindly permit the chairman to council, the registrar of council, the head of national office, to receive our guest of honor. And as they come in, we will please kindly rise. The strength of our diversity as West Africa is that all our republics are constitutional and presidential systems. English is the official language in the 5 West African countries, and this is because of the colonial history that binds us together. We apparently have the same kind of laws, education, and government. Our flags represent the rich culture of our nations. Our national anthems are powerful calls for unity, resilience, and a commitment to our motherland. Ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to receive our guest of honor, let's note that English-speaking West Africa has come of age, especially in education, and we shall keep striving forward. Today, we have a display of what it takes for you to be the best and what it takes for you to be celebrated. Shall we all rise as we receive our guest of honor, Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. We shall now commence. God bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. You're welcome, Your Excellency. This is the formal opening of the 74th Annual Council Meeting of the West African Examinations Council, holding here in Accra, Ghana. Without wasting much time, we shall commence all other formalities, and I will urge everyone to be seated as in earnest I call on a respected Christian cleric and the person of the Right Reverend Dr. Samuel Nimai Olenu, Bishop of Accra, the Methodist Church, Ghana, and a former head of national office, to give us the opening prayer. Lord Bishop, you are welcome.
In honor of the presence of God, may I respectfully invite everyone to be on his or her feet for this prayer. Shall we pray? In the name of Jesus, Father, we come into your presence and give you praise and adoration and thanks. We thank you so much for the grace and mercy that you have given your people to gather. Those who traveled from outside the country, you protected them. And those inside the country as well, your goodness was with them. We say thank you for that. We thank you for the work that has gone into this event, and even the assessment system that has selected the award winners. We say thank you for all of them. We know that a horse is prepared for battle, but victory comes from you. So we are committing this event into your hands. We pray that you will guide every activity, every item on the program, so that at the end of the day, we will say that it is you who have done it and give you the glory. Yes, indeed, we acknowledge that unless you build a house, the laborer labors in vain, and unless you watch over the city, the watchmen keep awake in vain. Let your presence be with us so that we shall enjoy your peace. In Jesus' name, amen.
Let's please be seated. Your Excellency, as we commence this great event, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to introduce the distinguished personalities seated with us this afternoon. I want to thank you for your kind approval to start from the high table. You know, in Africa, our respected tradition of giving honor to whom it is due is legendary and emulated worldwide. First and foremost, we are thrilled to have a second citizen of Ghana with us today, a woman whose love for education shines through to the rest of Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we all rise as we celebrate the presence of Her Excellency, the Vice President of Ghana, Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman, to our midst. Madam, you are welcome. We thank Mr. President for permitting you to be here today. Thank you very much. Please sit. We recognize the immense support the Council has received from the country, Ghana, and we are grateful to the government and people of Ghana. Thank you very much. Respectfully, we also want to recognize the area of distinguished guests who are with us today. Sitting on the high table, we want to recognize the presence of the Deputy Minister of Education. We also want to recognize the presence of all other cabinet ministers here present. We also want to recognize the presence of honorable members of parliament who are also present here today. Right here beside the chairman, beside the vice president, we also have the chairman of council, Professor Thomas Biaruyoma. We have the vice chairman of council, Honorable Amos Amafuli. We have the registrar to council, Alhaji Patiba. We have non-council members of the Board of Trustees of the Endowment Fund. We also have distinguished members of the Ghana National Committee of WAEC. We have heads of national offices here represented. We also have, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, esteemed traditional rulers, former chairmen of council, former registrars of council, former heads of national offices, WAEC members of staff, retirees of council. We have a representative of the Augustus Bandelo Yodiro family, initiators of the award we are going to give to the best candidate in West Africa Awards today. We have a distinguished friend of council awardee, the 35th set, a respected educationist from Ghana. We also have principals, heads of schools, and educational functionaries seated here today. Your Excellency, we have the excellent award winners and their parents. We have teachers. We have students. We have eminent religious leaders. We also have men and women who have made their mark in education, all seated here today for the formal opening of the annual council meeting. We have members of the press, the online community, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Quite a tall order. But I'm sure at some point, if you listen very carefully, you would have heard that I mentioned your name. So you are all welcome. Thank you for being here. In spite of this tall protocol list, we believe that this opening ceremony will be a very beautiful and entertaining one, and that it can now begin right here in Boma Hall, Boma Camp, Accra, Ghana. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, my name is Austin Aidokai. I'm the head of admin at the headquarters, and I'm privileged to be the MC for this program. Amen. Dear stakeholders in education, dear guests seated here today, this annual council meeting is a very important one. It brings together the largest gathering of WAEC principal stakeholders from all the 5 member countries that constitute WAEC under one roof to take decisions. And at the helm of the affairs of WAEC, we have the chief executive overseeing the day-to-day management of the council. That is in the person of the registrar to council, Alhaji Patiba. Let us welcome him to give his address. Alhaji Patiba, you are welcome to the podium.
Your Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Republic of Ghana, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, who is very ably represented here by her own Vice President, Nana Jane Opoku Ajeman, the Chairman of Council, Professor Yoma, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, Honorable Minister of Education, who we are told is unavoidably absent, and the Honorable Deputy Minister of Education, Honorable Dr. Clement Abasinab Apak. I'm sorry for the pronunciation if I have not said it well. Leaders of delegation and chief government nominees. Excuse me, I should have also recognized the Vice Chairman of Council, then leaders of delegation and chief government nominees of Council, members of Council, former Chairman of Council, former registrars to Council, former heads of national office, distinguished friends of Council, WAEC members of staff and retirees of the council, principals of schools here present, Excellence Award winners and their parents here present, gentlemen of the media, teachers and students here present, as well as the distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen. I would also like to recognize the presence of the wife of the chairman of council. She is in our midst here, as well as, of course, the better half of the registrar to council, my dear wife, Haja Aissatou Sow. It is my honor and privilege to welcome you all to the formal opening of the 74th annual council meeting being hosted by the government of Ghana. I welcome most heartily our special guest of honor and chief host, His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Republic of Ghana, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, who, as I have said, is very ably represented here by the Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajeman. I deeply appreciate the government of Ghana for accepting to host this meeting at a time when several other equally important issues are competing for attention. We are profoundly grateful for the provisions and preparations made towards the success of this meeting. Your Excellency, the hosting of the annual council meeting is based on a rotational order among the 5 member countries of WAEC. That is the Gambia, Ghana, Liberia, Nigeria, and Sierra Leone. By arrangement, each country hosts the meeting once every 5 years. The last time Ghana hosted this meeting in person was in 2016. The 69th annual council meeting hosted by the government of Ghana in March 2021 was held virtually due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Your Excellency, WAEC conducts 2 categories of examinations in the member countries. The West African Senior School Certificate Examination, otherwise known as WASC, which is the Council's international examination and is conducted in all 5 member countries. The Council's national examinations are peculiar to the respective member countries in which they are conducted. The Council also conducts aptitude or selection tests and some examinations on behalf of other examining bodies in other member countries. The Council successfully conducted its international and national examinations across the sub-region in the period under review. All member countries presented candidates for WASC for both school and private candidates. The Gambia, Ghana, Liberia, and Sierra Leone also presented candidates for various national examinations. The Basic Education Certificate Examination was conducted in the Gambia, Ghana, and Sierra Leone, while the primary school examination, certificate examination, and the junior high school certificate examination were conducted in Liberia. In addition, Your Excellency, candidates sat the General Business Certificate Examination and the Advanced Business Certificate Examination in Ghana, the National Assessment Test in the Gambia and Liberia, and the National Primary School Examination in Sierra Leone. Your Excellency, a total of 2,814,785 candidates enrolled for the West African Senior School Certificate Examination was in 2025. This total entry comprised 2,656,911 school candidates and 157,874 private candidates. In 2025, the total candidature for WASC increased by 190,415 candidates. In percentage terms, that gave a 7.26% increase compared to the 2,624,370 candidates which were registered for the previous year, which was 2024. To make up the total candidature for WASC in 2025, the Gambia presented 25,469 candidates, or in percentage terms, 0.9%. Ghana registered 519,548 candidates, or 18.46%. Nigeria presented 2,050,970 candidates, or 72.86%. Sierra Leone had 157,180 candidates, or 5.58%. And finally, Liberia presented 61,618 candidates, which was 2.2%. A total of 1,163,834 candidates enrolled in the Council's main national examinations in 2025. The figure reflected an increase of 70,660 candidates, or otherwise 6.46%, compared with the total candidature of 1,093,174 recorded in 2024. Of the 2025 total entry figure, 121,791 candidates, or 10.46%, were from the Gambia, 605,214, which was 52.01%, from Ghana, 135,576, which was 11.65% from Liberia, and 301,222 comprising, translating to 25.88% from Sierra Leone. Nigeria is yet to patronize the Council in the conduct of national examinations. The Council also conducted aptitude or selection tests for a total of 1,171 candidates presented by various public or private institutions and corporate organizations across the sub-region in 2025. The candidature comprised 859 test takers in Nigeria, 212 in Ghana, and 100 in Liberia. In summary, there was an increase in patronage for the Council's WAEC, national examinations, and aptitude selection tests in 2025, with a total candidature of 3,979,790 candidates, representing a 6.07% increase over the 2024 figure of 3,752,026 candidates. Your Excellency, examination malpractice remains a blight on the education sector in WAEC member countries. Apart from the leakage of question papers, all other forms of malpractice were reported in the examinations conducted by the Council in 2025. The canker has continued to distract education administrators and examining bodies from their core mandate, as it affects the school system to all levels, posing a challenge to academic attainment and threatening the reliability of assessment processes. WAEC has always been at the vanguard of the war against exam malpractice, and we are resolute to carry on the fight. The Council has continued to deploy cutting-edge technology to sharpen the existing monitoring mechanisms and to strengthen its investigative systems across the sub-region. We are grateful to the governments of the member countries through their various ministries of education for partnering the Council using their security agencies, including the police, the intelligence and security services, to monitor the conduct of the examination and in the process deter perpetrators from the malpractice. We also want to express appreciation to the school proprietors, principals, teachers, community leaders who, through their actions and pronouncements, have demonstrated zero tolerance for examination malpractice. We also continue to appreciate the efforts of the various associations of school principals and teachers in the member countries that have relentlessly sensitized their members against compromise in public examinations. We wish to reiterate our ongoing appeal to member governments to take urgent steps to enforce all existing relevant legislations, or where none exist, to promulgate new legislations to discourage the perpetration of examination fraud in their respective countries. Your Excellency, the Council's websites and other online platforms facilitate interactions and the delivery of quality service between the Councils and its numerous stakeholders across the globe. The Council is relentlessly upgrading its existing equipment and deploying modern devices and software across all its facilities and processes where technology can improve service delivery. We have also stepped up in investment in capacity building for staff and provision of reliable internet connectivity to achieve the Council's goals. This year, the Council launched its digital certificate confirmation system across the member countries after a successful 3-year pilot project in Nigeria. The digital certificate systems platform is a mobile and web-based application that provides significant benefits to stakeholders across the spectrum. It is designed to offer simple features that enable users to access, request, confirm, or share digital forms of original certificates. Users can also recover lost WAEC certificates and lost WAEC examination numbers on the system. The system is reliable, the authenticity of the certificates is guaranteed, and the cost benefits to users cannot be overstated. Your Excellency, The non-payment of contributions to the headquarters and subventions to the national offices by some member governments is affecting the smooth operations of the council in the sub-region. The poor financial state of the council, if left unchecked, portends the vulnerability across examination activities in infrastructure, security, ICT deployment, training, and staff attrition. We hope and pray that the affected member governments will urgently address the situation so that we can have the financial capability to promptly tackle emerging issues and the wherewithal to implement landmark initiatives. I must, however, express gratitude to the government of the Republic of Ghana, being ably led by His Excellency, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, for the prompt payment of his financial obligations to the council. I also want to thank the governments of our member countries for their support to WAEC in various forms and for their efforts to fulfill their financial commitments to the council despite the huge demands on their meager revenues. We want to acknowledge the efforts of the chairman of council, the chief government nominees, and the council members in encouraging the affected member governments to fulfill their financial obligations to the council. Moreover, we appeal to the chief government nominees and members of council from these countries to continue engaging governments to secure commitment and to settle their financial obligations to WAEC. Your Excellency, tomorrow, the 31st in the series of WAEC Endowment Fund lectures will be delivered by Professor George K.T. Odro. We know that based on Prof. Odro's antecedents, we are in for a stimulating, insightful, and educative experience. Today, under the auspices of the WAEC Endowment Fund, the WAEC Excellence Award in respect of WAS for School Candidates 2025 will be presented to 3 candidates, all from Ghana. Miss Suleiman Huda Soglo, first prize. Miss Sou Paula Azo, second prize. And Miss Ando Matia Abba, third prize. Your Excellency, the 3 winners were selected from a total of 2,612,830 candidates who sat WAS for School Candidates 2025 in the Gambia, Ghana, Liberia, Nigeria, and Sierra Leone. Your Excellency, the Augusto Bandele Oedron Award for the best candidate in West Africa will also be presented to Ms. Suleiman Hudo Soglo. At this ceremony, the prestigious award of Distinguished Friend of Council will be conferred on an esteemed citizen of Ghana, Professor John W.A. Asmeni, for his immeasurable contribution to the success of WAEC and the development of education in the sub-region. Your Excellency, in conclusion, I wish to express my profound appreciation to our member governments for their trust, support, and encouragement over the years. I want to assure them that we shall remain committed to excellent service delivery to justify the confidence reposed in our iconic organization. I am grateful to the chairman of council, the vice chairman and members of council, and to its various committees at both national and international levels for their all-year-round guidance and support. My appreciation also goes to examiners, item writers, item moderators, invigilators, supervisors, markers, and script checkers for their contributions to the successful operations of the council. I wish to commend the heads of national office, heads of division and department, and the entire staff of the council for their unflinching loyalty and dogged determination, which made the council's successes in the reporting period possible. Your Excellency, we profoundly appreciate you for your favorable disposition towards WAEC, for accepting Ghana as the host of this meeting, and for honoring our invitation to formally open the meeting. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are grateful to the Almighty God for his grace and protection over the council and its staff members in the past year. We pray for greater favor this year and in the years ahead. Thank you all, and God bless you.
I want to believe we can do better than that. Thank you, Mr. Registrar. May I inform Your Excellency that the chairman, the registrar, council members, and all members of WAEC are delighted to have you with us this afternoon. Thank you very much. We are happy because Ghana is hosting in person this 74th annual council meeting. In 2021, it was done online because it was an aftermath of the COVID pandemic that took place in 2020. And so we had to do that online and could not meet in person. But today, we are all here today, alive and well. And we are grateful to God for bringing us together. Let's see this opportunity to say we want to make education better and improve on the society where we live. To take us further in this program, ladies and gentlemen, I will now invite the chairman of council, Professor Thomas B. Arioma, to present his address. Let's welcome him to the podium.
Your Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, who is very ably represented here by the Honorable Vice President, Professor Dean Nana Okuko Ajima. Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, the Honorable Minister of Education, Haruna Idrisu, again very ably represented here by his Vice President, Vice Chairman of Council, Honorable Amos Amafuli, leaders of delegation and chief government nominees of council, members of council, the registrar to council, Alhaji Pateba, heads of national offices, former chairman of council, former registrars to council, former heads of national office, distinguished friends of council, staff of council, principals of schools and teachers, award winners, students and their parents, representatives of the mass media, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor and privilege for me to welcome you all to this formal opening of the 74th annual meeting of the West African Examinations Council. I most heartily welcome our special guest of honor and chief host, His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, John Dramani Mahama, again ably represented here by Honorable President, for accepting to formally open this meeting. I hereby express my profound appreciation to you Madam Vice President, for making all necessary provisions for the hosting of this meeting. Your Excellency, Ghana occupies a unique position in the Committee of WAEC members nations. It is on record that Ghana is a founding member country of WAEC. The headquarters of this prestigious regional organization is here in Accra, Ghana. In addition, the Republic of Ghana has continued to identify very strongly, positively, and passionately with the Council. I recall that in December 1951, the Legislative Assembly of the then Gold Coast was the first to pass the ordinance establishing WAEC as a corporate body. In March 1982, the government of Ghana, without reservation, led the other member countries to sign the WAEC Convention. Again, in 2003, the revision of the convention, driven by the need to take care of certain developments in the member countries, the government of Ghana readily signed the revised convention. On August 31, 2006, the then president of this great country, His Excellency John Ajekun IV, gave assent to this 719th Act of Parliament of the Republic of Ghana titled the West African Examinations Council Act 2006. This again puts Ghana ahead of some other member countries in the domestication of the WAEC Convention. Ghana ranks among the most responsive, not only in the discharge of her obligations to Council, but even in the promptness with which they are discharged. Mr. President, through your Vice President, I want to use this opportunity to thank the government and people of the Republic of Ghana for your support, cooperation, and goodwill, which WAEC has enjoyed since its inception in 1952 to date. Distinguished guests, at its inception in 1952, WAEC was given a mandate to determine examinations required in the public interest in the English-speaking West African countries, to conduct them and to award certificates of international standard to deserving candidates. The Council has executed this mandate creditably for 74 years in the sub-region, because the governments and people of the 5 member countries have invested everything necessary to ensure its continued existence and to create the enabling environment for its successful operations. Your Excellency, Representative President, Council is the governing board and the highest decision-making body of the West African Examinations Council. Its composition includes government nominees, the representatives of ministries of education, tertiary education institutions, teachers' associations, and other interest groups. At its annual meeting, Council receives from the Registrar a report on the activities and operations of the 5 member offices and of the headquarters in the preceding year. It considers reports from its committees on examination, administration, finance, human resource, and education and development in each member country. It also ratifies the decisions taken on its behalf by various committees in the previous year and deliberate on the action plans presented by the committees and national offices for successful operations in the succeeding year. Your Excellency, examination malpractice remains the bane of educational assessment in our member country. Both school-based and private examinations have been invaded by examination mercenaries who facilitate cheating to make quick money and by lazy candidates desperate to succeed without hard work. Of equal concern to Council is the use of AI and other technologies to perpetrate examination malpractice. WAEC has consistently called for collaborative efforts by the stakeholders in the education sector to wage war against examination fraudsters in the sub-region. This call has, however, been largely unheeded, to the detriment of our teeming youth, whose certificates are subjected to rigorous scrutiny home and abroad due to the prevalence of malpractice in examination. The insidious damage being done by examination cheats to education, particularly to the school system and public examinations in our sub-region, if left unchecked, may manifest with grimmer repercussions in some years to come. I therefore call on all stakeholders to rise individually and collectively to rid our examination environment of fraudulent practices. Your Excellency, the global economic meltdown has continued to have untold effects on the revenue inflow of WAEC, as some governments of member countries are finding it increasingly difficult to meet their financial obligations to the Council. In fact, government contributions to the headquarters and subventions to the respective national offices are no longer forthcoming in some countries due to the prevailing economic realities. While I sincerely appreciate the enormous responsibilities being shouldered by the governments in our member countries and their efforts in diverse ways to ensure that continued existence of WAEC, I wish to remind them that adequate funding of the Council will always guarantee excellent service delivery to stakeholders. Your Excellency, Madam Vice President, esteemed guests, the position of Chairman of Council is rotational and usually held by each occupant for a 3-year tenure. I was privileged to be elected as the 21st chairman of this great organization in March 2024, succeeding Professor Ato Esuman of the Republic of Ghana. At the end of the ongoing council meeting, I will have served 2 years out of my 3-year tenure. I want to use this opportunity to express my profound appreciation to WAEC stakeholders across the sub-region for their support, encouragement, and goodwill for the Council since I took over as chairman. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to use this opportunity to extend my congratulations to our new distinguished friend of Council and 3 recipients of the Excellence Awards. I wish to also express my appreciation to the Speaker of the 31st Endowment Fund lecture for his brilliant and impactful work. That will happen tomorrow. That should happen tomorrow. Yes. But I say thank you in advance. Finally, I again want to thank you, Madam Vice, for honoring our invitation. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to witness a colorful opening of a week-long congregation of the members of the most powerful decision-making body in the elaborate committee structure of council. Now, this opening week will be spiced with celebrations and awards for excellence. Many of the decisions at this meeting are bound to shape the future of education in West Africa, especially in the member countries. I want to take this opportunity to tell us that as we invite the next speaker to present his address, we should take note of the fact that educational policy will keep improving, and people of this nature who is coming up now have proven to be reformists in helping education to grow in West Africa. Representing the Minister of Education, today we welcome Dr. Clement Abbas Apak to give us his address on behalf of the Honorable Minister of Education, Idrisu Haruna. Let's put our hands together again for Dr. Clement. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, our good brother and fantastic MC, Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, my own lecturer, my own mother. The minister says I should extend same to you, Professor Nana Opoku Ajimai. We want the full version. Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajimai, Chairman of Council and former PS of the WAEC Council, Chief Government Nominees and former Chief Government Nominees, Registrar of Council, former Registrars of Council, the head of the national office in Ghana, and your colleague heads from sister member nations. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I see a member of parliament who has joined us, the vice chairman of Parliament's Education Committee, and I see some directors and some headmasters of some of our secondary schools. I bring to all of you warm greetings from our Minister for Education, Haruna Idrisu. On his behalf, I warmly welcome our guests and brothers from sister nations, in particular to Accra, our national capital. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to you on the occasion of your 74th annual council meeting. The Ministry for Education is very happy that Ghana is hosting the 74th annual council meeting of the West African Examinations Council. This is because, as a ministry, we acknowledge the critical role examinations play, not only as a means of screening candidates for further educational advancement, but more importantly, as an instrument for honing the intellectual and practical skills that are essential for developing the human capital required to drive the service and productive sectors of member states. We also acknowledge that examinations such as the WASI, managed by WAEC, are high-stake examinations, and they play a pivotal role in maintaining standards and ensuring that each candidate is awarded what they deserve in the spirit of fairness and merit. We also acknowledge that the international version of WASI, conducted by WAEC, has more inclination towards credibility, compatibility, regional collaboration, knowledge sharing, and the impact on students' competitiveness within the sub-region and beyond. In this light, the Ministry of Education, upon thorough analysis of the pros and cons of the Ghana-only WASI, which isolated Ghana in the conduct of WAEC's WASI, and upon directives from His Excellency the President, and I must add, Her Excellency the Vice President, a quintessential educationist, the Republic of Ghana is pleased to announce the restoration of Ghana's participation in the international version of WAEC's conducted WASI. Ghana will therefore be administering the 2026 WASI with other member states. I assure you that the Ministry of Education remains steadfast in its commitment to collaborate closely with the Council to ensure an environment that safeguards the integrity of our examination processes. The Ministry is also supporting the Ghana Education Service in its effort to maintain the highest standards throughout the examination life cycle. It is our hope that WAEC will be more intentional in the integration of technology in the conduct of the WASI examinations. The Council should explore ways to leverage artificial intelligence to curb examination malpractices. In conclusion, I wish to encourage participants of the 74th Annual Council meeting to rigorously discuss the issues of examination malpractices, which is increasingly becoming a threat to the integrity of examinations in the sub-region and the years ahead. Once again, welcome to Ghana. I wish you a successful and productive council meeting, and I encourage you to take some time to enjoy the beauty of our country's tourist attractions. It is now my singular honor and pleasure Well, I was going to introduce Prof. Vice President, but there's going to be a brief musical interlude before he's introduced. On this note, I welcome all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Policeman of Ghana, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, WAEC is in a celebratory mood. Just a few days back, we celebrated 74. And I think we are deepening that celebration by having Your Excellency here with us today. Thank you for being here. We want to call on Dr. Clement again. Kindly oblige us as you come, welcome Vice President to formally open the 74th Annual Council meeting holding here in Accra, Ghana. Dr. Apak, you're welcome again. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my favorite part. As you notice, I was very eager to perform that role. But it is always good to pause, so thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my singular honor and pleasure to introduce to you the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyeman. For those of you who do not know, Professor Vice President is the first female to have occupied the position of a Vice Chancellor in a Ghanaian public university. Her Excellency is also a former Minister for Education of the Republic of Ghana. And as you all know, she is also the first female to ever occupy the position of Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Please join me with a rousing and thunderous applause in welcoming our Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyeman.
Respectfully, please take your seat. Chairman, for the occasion, please allow me to refer to the protocol established and to welcome all of you to this meeting and to our friends coming to Ghana. I hope not for the first time. But if it is, I hope it won't be the last. It is a pleasure to be at this opening of the 74th annual meeting of the West African Examination Council. On behalf of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic, and the people of Ghana, I warmly welcome all of you to Accra. Let me begin by commending member governments for their efforts to sustain this great institution and to give credibility to our assessment efforts. Our government will keep working with other members to provide the necessary support to build stronger structures, improve operational efficiency, and promote sustainability. Mr. Chairman, the West African Examinations Council has been one of the most pragmatic examples of regional collaboration on our continent for over 70 years. I do not say this lightly. As an assessment, thank you very much. As an assessment organization, the Council has achieved significant progress in maintaining educational standards through credible examination. Many distinguished citizens of our countries are products of the rigorous and tested system you have safeguarded over the decades. Well done, WAEC. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is especially important because education remains a most powerful tool for national transformation and regional integration. In a rapidly evolving world driven by technology, it is essential that an assessment body like WAEC develop assessment tools that evaluate not only the knowledge students have gained, but also challenge them to be creative and critical thinkers so they can compete successfully with their peers worldwide. Indeed, the future academic growth, regional mobility, and economic integration of our sub-region largely depend on the quality of education provided today. Therefore, while the innovative mechanisms implemented to ensure fairness, transparency, and integrity in the exam process are commendable, the rise in examination malpractice threatens to undermine these objectives. The growing incidence of falsified results and altered certificates undermines WAEC's mandate. Left unchecked, this risk will erode the credibility on which the entire examination system depends. This is not a challenge for the Council alone. It speaks to a broader responsibility that rests with institutions, communities, citizens, and especially the students themselves. We must therefore be clear and consistent in our response, which is to uphold the integrity of our exams, to reject malpractice in all its forms, and to protect the value of the qualifications conferred. A couple of months ago, President Mahama addressed the 54th National Delegates Conference of the National Association of Teachers. Among other things, His Excellency emphasized the importance of ensuring that strict invigilation remains uncompromised at every level of our examination administration. I urge every stakeholder, chiefs, school administrators, opinion leaders, parents, guardians, and my dear students, to work together to ensure that our children learn the right values of integrity and honesty. Anyone who helps a student to cheat at exams really hates this person and is already contributing to his future failure. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, I have been informed that the Council will present awards to deserving candidates who excelled in the WAEC for Schools Candidates 2025. I'm also reliably informed, and to my greatest pleasure, that these award winners are all young ladies. And that they are all from Ghana. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate these students, their teachers, their parents and guardians, and their communities. Well done again. May this achievement inspire parents and educators to nurture talents regardless of gender or background. My dear students, I encourage all of you to draw inspiration from the award winners, to draw inspiration from their discipline and commitment to academic excellence. Let all prospective candidates choose discipline and focus and resist any temptation to use dishonest methods to pass exams. Mr. Chairman, the government and people of Ghana are honored to host this 74th annual meeting of the WAEC. And I respectfully wish to urge you to use this occasion to find innovative ways to improve educational standards in West Africa and to foster regional cooperation. And on that note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor to officially declare the 74th Annual Council meeting of the West African Examination Council duly open. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much.
The translator is the contact when I reach the translator. No.
I'm tempted to ask the policeman to continue the rendition. I will come back to that later. Your Excellency, thank you very much. You know, when they were reeling out all your firsts, I thought we should add the fact that they be the first present award to 3 ladies, all coming from Ghana. So congratulations for that. The definition of education can never be exhaustive. And the 5 pillars of education are spelled out by UNESCO to include learning to know, learning to do, learning to live together, learning to live, and learning to transform oneself and society will continue to guide WAEC to drive English-speaking West Africa to become the best of themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, the next segment of this ceremony is our enduring contribution to the transformation of West Africa. Your Excellency, permit me to call to the podium to introduce the International Excellence Awards for 2025, the representative of the Republic of Ghana on the Board of Trustees of the WAEC Endowment Fund, Nana Professor Apiaje Dankawoso-Wan. Let's welcome Nana to introduce the International Excellence Awards. Are we clapping for Nana so that he will put on that regalia very quickly and then be here? Thank you all very much.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Nana Ukwu-Adjumani, Obatampa, we thank God to come in at this time and lead for the women to have that confidence that they can also do it. The Chairman of Council, and on this, I want to stand on the existing protocol for sake of time. And on that, the WAEC Endowment Fund was established by the Council at its 30th annual meeting in March 1982 to promote educational development projects of an international nature and to provide awards for outstanding performance by candidates in the Council's examinations, among other objectives. In 1984, the Council instituted 2 categories of awards: international awards to be competed for by candidates in the member countries, and national awards restricted in scope to candidates in each member country. It also ratified comprehensive criteria for awarding prizes in the West African Senior School Certificate Examination. Furthermore, to be eligible for the Excellence Award, the following stages are considered. Stage 1, only candidates with a minimum of 8 grade A1s without a hint of impropriety are eligible for consideration. Stage 2, the raw scores of the eligible candidates are standardized. That is converted to T-scores, and the T-scores are used to rank the candidates. In the event of a tie, the T-scores of the candidates in English language and mathematics are used to break the tie. In the case of a further tie, the T-scores of the candidates' remaining core subjects are used. The 3 candidates with the highest T-scores at stage 2 are adjudged the winners. Your Excellency, Council Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the first International Excellence Awards were presented in Monrovia, Liberia in 1986 to outstanding performance in the May-June 1985 with SCGCA. Since the first presentation, the awards have been made annually except in 1996, 1997, 1998, and 2000, when no candidate qualified for consideration. Interestingly, 2 facts have emerged since the awards were instituted. Firstly, the winners of the awards have always been high flyers whose academic excellence spanned their primary and secondary school pursuits, and who have continued to blaze a trail at the world's best universities. The awards have thus confirmed the validity of WAEC's assessment. Secondly, no school or class of schools has a monopoly on producing brilliant candidates, as village community schools have also produced award winners. Your Excellency, Council Chairman, for the Best Candidate in West Africa Award in 1986, Dr. A.B.O. Oyederan, then the College of Medicine, University College Hospital, UCH Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria, endowed in perpetuity in memory of his father, a prize to be awarded each year to the best candidate throughout West Africa in the May-June WAEC school certificate examination. To qualify for the best candidate in West Africa award, a candidate must score grade 1 in at least 8 subjects, including English language and mathematics. Your Excellency, we want to use this opportunity to express our profound gratitude to the Oyederan family for instituting this award and for keeping it going for 4 decades and counting. We believe that these awards will inspire and motivate other students in their pursuit of academic excellence. I want to say a hearty congratulations to these 3 awardees. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome you to this August occasion. Thank you, and God bless us all. Thank you.
Can we give them another round of applause? The awardees, please. Your Excellency, it's time for me to call forth these distinguished awardees to come and receive the awards. We will start with the 3rd prize winner. I want to invite to the podium Ando Mate Abba. Ando, if your parents are here, they can come with you. Teachers of Mateus School, if they are present here, please come forward. We can keep on clapping. The 3rd best in West Africa. Your Excellency, Ando Mate Abba was born on October 11, 2007 to Mr. Frank Kwesi Ando, who is a banker, and Mrs. Mary Bokna Ando, a marketing executive. She attended Hope College for her secondary education. You can make some noise there, please. Do. You are free. She also attended Ebola Academy for junior high school. And presently, Matea Abba Ando is in the University of Ghana studying biomedical engineering. Your Excellency and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for want of time, I wouldn't go into. She has an impressive CV. I will just give a brief of it and then we'll present the award. She was the overall best graduating student in English language, chemistry, biology, physics, integrated science, and sign language. She was a library prefect and valedictorian in 2025. In the WASC for School Candidates 2025 with examination number 0030620030, she obtained the following grades: Social Studies, English Language, I have a choir over there, Mathematics core, louder, Integrated Science, Biology, Chemistry. My voice is louder than your own. You are too many there. Physics, Mathematics elective. Thank you. With a T-score of 590.4479, Ms. Matea Abaando emerged as the third prize winner of the International Excellence Awards in West Africa. A big congratulations to her. Your Excellency, with your kind permission, I want to invite the Chairman of Council and the Registrar to Council to present this award to Ms. Ando. Please, a round of applause for them as they come. Ms. Ando is going home with a certificate of excellence and a check. Sorry. Thank you to this excellent awardee, her parents, her teachers, her school. Thank you so much. Your Excellency, I want to invite to the podium the second prize winner, Ms. Paula Ajo Elinam. When I saw her, she was with her father and her sister. Please come forward. I think that's the mother. You're welcome, madam. This Excellence Awardee, Paula Ajo Elinam Sow, was born on May 12, 2008, to Apostle Paul Kwame Sow, a clergy, and Mrs. Odelia Delale Dogwe Sow. She attended Legacy Girls College for her secondary education and the Mount Zion Basic School and University Basic School, Legon, for her junior high school. Presently, she is studying law at the University of Ghana, Legon. Her academic achievements are enormous. We wouldn't go into that today because we will not finish. She was the head prefect of the University Basic School. She was the head girl, Legacy Girls College. She won several awards in literature, history, government, and physical education from year 1 to 3. In the WASC for School Candidates 2025, with examination number 0021510166, she obtained the following grades. My choir, are you ready? Social Studies, English Language, Mathematics core, Integrated Science, History, Government, Literature in English, ICT. Wow. With a T-score of 595.1671, Ms. Paula Ajo Elinamsou emerged as the second prize winner of the International Excellence Awards in West Africa. Your Excellency, kindly permit me to invite the representative of the Honorable Minister of Education, who is also the Deputy Minister for Education, Dr. Clement Apak, to come and present the awards. Give me a round of applause, please. You can do better than that. Thank you. Your Excellency, it's a great honor for me to invite the first prize winner. Let me finish of the International Excellence Awards for WASP for Candidates 2025, Ms. Huda Suglo Suleiman. Her parents, her teachers, her siblings, if you're here, please join her. Please, let's clap for her, please. In case you have forgotten, her name is Suleiman Huda Suglo. She was born on December 19, 2008 to Suleiman Al-Hassan, a shipping magnate, and Yasmin Zakaria, a freight forwarding CEO. She attended Legacy Girls College for her senior high school and Santa Barbara School for her junior high school. Presently, this champion is studying mechatronics engineering at Ashesi University. Her academic achievements is in 2 pages. I will read half of 1 page. She was principal honor roll from year 10 to 12. She had honorary mention for Kangaroo Math Olympiad in 2024. She was best in Geography and Economics, year 10 to 12, and best in Mathematics elective, year 10. She was best in English, year 11. In the WASP for Candidates 2025, with examination number 0021510169, choir, are you ready? I want an orchestra. In the WASP for Candidates 2025, with examination number, as I read earlier, she had the following grades. Social Studies is not, I don't like that, it's not loud enough. Social Studies, English Language, Mathematics Core, Integrated Science, Economics, Geography, French, Mathematics Elective. Thank you. With a T-score of 597.5857, Ms. Huda Suglo Suleiman emerged as the first prize winner of the International Excellence Award in West Africa. In addition, this trailblazer will also receive the Augustus Bandelo Isron Award for the year 2025. This, you can clap, please clap. She deserves it. This award, which is for the best candidate in West Africa, was instituted by the Oyejiron family from Ibadan, Nigeria, in honor of their deceased patriarch, Mr. Augustus Bandelo Oyejiron, in 1984. Your Excellency, Permit me to invite you to come and present this award, please. Permit me. The chairman and registrar can accompany her, please. The chairman and registrar, please accompany her. Thank you, madam. She's receiving 2 awards. The second one, please. Keep clapping, keep clapping. Your Excellency, permit me to ask you to go back to your seat. Thank you. A round of applause for Her Excellency, please. I have been told to detain Huda. Huda, you're going to be detained here. You stay here. For winning this award, we are detaining you. She will be responding on behalf of the other award winners. Please, I would like Matea and Elinam, both of you come, please. Please.
The Honorable President of Ghana, ably represented by the Vice President of Ghana, please permit me to stand on all existing protocols. Good evening. With heartfelt gratitude and profound humility, I stand here today representing the WAEC Excellence and Distinction Award recipients to accept this prestigious honor. This recognition goes beyond our outstanding WASI results. Those hard-fought A's in core math, English, integrated science, social studies, and our respective elective subjects. It stands as powerful proof of the discipline, sleepless nights, and shared support that lifted us to this moment. Let me first celebrate my fellow awardees. Each of you embodies a unique journey of grit, late night revisions, and breakthroughs over tough exam hurdles. From diverse schools across Ghana and West Africa, we share one bond: relentless pursuit of knowledge. This isn't rivalry. It's proof of what focused young minds can achieve when given tools, guidance, and chances to rise after stumbles. I'm proud to share this stage with such talented people. Our success was never solo. To our teachers, thank you for decoding syllabuses, drilling past papers, and sparking our love for learning. You stole stars in struggling students, offered extra help during mocks, and taught us resilience beyond grades. Your faith became our fuel. To school management and staff, thank you for the labs, the libraries, the motivational assemblies, and cultures where A1s felt possible. Your investment created winners. To our parents and our families, your words fall short of our thanks. You funded extras, skipped luxuries for our books, cheered us through our BEC to our WASI, and believed when doubts crept in. This trophy shines for you. Above all, we thank the Supreme Being, the most gracious, the most merciful, for blessing us with intellect, strength, and success. All praise and thanks is to Him, who guided our steps, sharpened our minds for every exam question, and granted us divine success through late night revisions and high-pressure tests. Without His mercy and guidance, none of this would be possible. This award marks a new beginning, a call to greater responsibility. Excellence demands that we build on these grades, tackling Africa's needs with skill and heart. We will innovate solutions, lead ethically, serve communities, turning potential into progress. As Fyodor Dostoevsky once wrote, the mystery of human existence lies not in just staying alive, but in finding something to live for. Let these awards inspire us all to seek knowledge that uplifts ourselves and humanity, regardless of our faith. To future candidates, top honors await anyone with steady efforts. Grades reward persistence over genius. Crash past questions, seek mentors. Embrace fails as lessons. Your story starts now. On behalf of all awardees, we accept this honor in deepest gratitude and a promise to strive even harder. Congratulations to every recipient, and thank you to WAEC, our teachers, families, and supporters. Thank you.
Can we put our hands together again for the 3 Excellence Award winners? Madam Vice President, we want to appreciate you for your patience, and we'll request specially that there's one more award that you do us the honor of giving. That award is for the Distinguished Friend of Council, an award we give to those who have served Africa consistently over the years in education, or who have done that in the country where we are hosting the council meeting. We wouldn't want to bore Madam. She has other assignments, but we'll take very brief part of the citation so that Madam can hand over that award to the 35th set of the Distinguished Friend of Council Award. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to be upstanding as we welcome Professor William Afiakwa Asomanin to the podium, the 35th set of the Distinguished Friend of Council Award. I can't hear your clap. Remember, honor is given to whom honor is due. We want to recognize Professor Asomanin, and we want this award to be presented by Madam Vice President. And for that reason, we may not read out the whole of this citation, but we have it framed so that Professor can always take time to read the citation. There, Madam Vice President, we want to invite you to present the Distinguished Friend of Council Award to our dear professor. You know, it's a professor giving an award to a professor. So, for your information, Professor Asomanin has served council, he has served Ghana, he has served the University of Ghana. He has always been there when it comes to education. He has impacted on many generations. And today, sir, we celebrate you. Congratulations. We will also crave the indulgence for Madam to present the citation to our dear professor. And then the check that accompanies that citation, please. The check. That's it in front. In front. Yep. Both. we celebrate the authentic accomplishments of our dear professor. You've been of immense benefit to the West African Examinations Council, to Ghana, and to the world as a whole. Congratulations. The Lord continue to be with you. Thank you very much, Madam Vice President. We appreciate you. We will now call on our professor to give a response on this honor done him today. Professor. Okay. You have a prepared speech? Oh, God. Let's put our hands together.
Chairman of Council and the Chairman for the occasion, Your Excellency, Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajiman, Vice President of Republic of Ghana, Honorable Deputy Minister for Education, Honorable Ministers, Your Excellencies, the Registrar, Chief of Government nominees, Council members, members of the Board of Trustees of the WAEC Endowment Fund, heads of national offices, past chairmen, past registrars, past HNOs, Nananum, members of Ghana Administrative and Finance Committee, and all staff of WAEC, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great humility and deep sense of gratitude that I stand here today to receive this award from the West African Examination Council, an institution that has meant so much to me, both personally and professionally. Personally, WAEC has been an important part of my family life. My wife joined the council in the late 1970s as an assistant registrar and rose through the ranks to become senior deputy registrar. She also served as acting head of the Gambia National Office for 2.5 years before her retirement. As you can imagine, WAEC was a constant topic of conversation in our home, and I had to grow accustomed to her frequent absences on WAEC assignments. Professionally, Mr. Chairman, WAEC provided me with skills and insights that even my 3-year PhD in chemistry did not offer. And let me explain this. My CV would have shown that I joined WAEC soon after I was employed by the University of Ghana as a young chemistry lecturer in the early 1970s. Some of my senior colleagues, many of whom were already chief examiners, encouraged me to become an assistant examiner. I began by marking ordinary level scripts, later moved on to advanced level chemistry theory papers, and eventually served for several years as the chief examiner for the A-level chemistry practical examinations. As a young lecturer, I had received no formal training in the methods and practice of teaching, or in the setting and grading of examination papers. My experience with WAEC, therefore, exposed me to the principles of constructing balanced examination papers and developing appropriate marking schemes. It was through WAEC that I first encountered and became familiar with Bloom's taxonomy and the concept of varying levels of difficulty in examination questions. These were invaluable lessons in pedagogy that my doctoral studies had not taught me. I also had the privilege of representing my university on the Council of WAEC for about 4 years, and later served as Ghana's representative on the WAEC Endowment Fund for a number of years. This brief account shows that WAEC and I, indeed, have been good friends. And this award truly feels like the icing on the cake. I thank God for giving me the strength and opportunities to serve WAEC for several decades. I'm also grateful that throughout those years, I did nothing that brought discredit to WAEC or to myself. I wish to thank the Ghana Administrative and Finance Committee of WAEC for recommending me to the Board of Trustees of WAEC Endowment Fund, as well as the Steering Committee of Council for approving my nomination. I'm equally grateful to the Chairman of Council and Registrar to Council for the roles they played in this process. I will always look back on March 2026 as an important milestone in my life, given the honor that has been done to me today. Finally, I would like to thank my family members and friends who have taken time out of their busy schedules to be here today to support me. Thank you very much.
A round of applause again for our dear professor. Congratulations. We are almost done with our program here today. But before we release Madam Vice President, there will be very quickly a picture of all of those on the high table with Madam Vice President as she gets set to leave. But I will implore us to still remain seated after she has taken her leave so that we can bring this program to a proper close. So can we ask for the high table to be upstanding? Can we call the photographers to do the needful as the police band will entertain us with their melodious fanfare. And the DFC award winner, first prize, second prize, third prize, come up quickly. After this photographs, you will join the delegates here. And they're saying that when you work hard, you will be able to identify with kings. And that is what is going to happen here. Professor, please. Are we done, photographers? Okay. So let them join the professor. Thank you very much. Thank you, Madam Vice President. We are indeed very grateful to have you with us here. We will call on the police band as we take the Ghana national anthem. Thank you, Your Excellency. Please crave the indulgence of all our distinguished guests to be seated as the chairman and the Registrar to Council will escort Madam Vice President out. Please, let's remain seated. Let's remain seated. We need to still acknowledge quite a number of persons who are here with us today. Please, those on the high table, with the exception of the Registrar and the Chairman to Council, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. Thank you for being here today. We want to celebrate all of you, guests, visitors, educational functionaries, distinguished members of Parliament. Most especially, we want to celebrate Ghana for a successful formal opening of the 74th Annual Council meeting. Despite your busy schedules, you are all here. We also want to recognize somebody here. We have actually mentioned that she is the representative of the Augustus Vandele, the Redidon family, the family that initiated this award. But we think you need to know her. So we'll call on Madam Olukemi Aderemi to be upstanding as we all put our hands together to celebrate her and by extension her family for initiating this award since the year 1984 till date. They are not clapping well enough. They are not clapping well enough. Thank you, madam. Thank you and thank you. As we bring this program to a close, we want to call on the Chief Governor nominee for Ghana to give his vote of thanks. Now, I have seen him give a vote of thanks before. It was very mathematical. It doesn't take time. So I know he's not going to disappoint me again today. Professor E.K. Davis, please, you are welcome. Let's put our hands together for him.
Thank you very much. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, permit me to proceed on the protocol already established to save time. I deem it a great honor to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of Council. All too soon, we have come to the end of this colorful program, aimed, among other things, to celebrate excellence and officially open the 74th Annual WAEC Council meeting. We give glory to the Almighty God for bringing each one of us safely here and for granting us good weather today and taking us through the program successfully. On behalf of Council, I wish to express our sincere gratitude to Your Excellency, the Vice President of Republic of Ghana, Prof. Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman, for taking time off her very busy schedule to grace this occasion. I think he's left. Your presence has indeed inspired us and added color to the ceremony. Your words of wisdom will set the tone for our deliberations in the coming days. Our sincere gratitude goes to the Honorable Minister for Education, who is being ably represented by the Honorable Deputy Minister for Education, Honorable Clement Abbas Apak, for his unwavering support for WAEC. To Council members, we thank you for your continuous commitment, dedication, and foresight. We congratulate the distinguished friends of Council on receiving this prestigious recognition for his meritorious services to Council. We thank you for the many years of your distinguished service to humanity through Council. To our Excellence Award winners, we say Ayiko for a good job well done. Keep up the good works, and remember that this is not the end, but the beginning of hard work. To parents, guardians, teachers, and all who in one way or another contributed to the milestone the students have achieved today, we thank you for all the sacrifices and the hard work. Your presence and participation in this opening ceremony has been wonderful. We are grateful to all the members of the planning committee who have worked tirelessly to ensure the success of this program. Once again, we thank all of you for your presence and support in making this ceremony a memorable one, especially our police band, cultural troupe, and everyone. God bless us all. Thank you.
Now, I want to celebrate all of you for being here to the very end of this. Thank you all very much. On behalf of the Registrar to Council, we are grateful and we appreciate your presence here today. We will continue to seek opportunities to celebrate those who will keep flying the flag of Africa high, especially in education. Those who will keep working hard to ensure that Africa is respected in the Committee of Nations. I want to say thank you to all of you. Long live the ideals of West Africa. Long live WAEC. Long live every one of you that has been here today. And long live the Republic of Ghana. Thank you, and thank you, and thank you. To bring this program to a close, I want to invite a respected Muslim cleric in the person of Imam Dr. Said Mukhtar Abubakar to give us the closing prayer. Dr. Said is an educationist and the congregation imam, and also the executive director of Said Academy. You are welcome, sir. Thank you very much.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. O Allah, by time itself you have reminded us that every soul is in the state of loss except those who believe, do righteous deeds, and counsel one another in truth and in patience. Also soon the deliberation of the day for the formal opening of the 74th annual meeting of WAEC has come to an end. O Allah, we ask you to bless the deliberation done today. The Gambians say, whoever or however long the night is, the dawn will surely break. O Allah, for every child still waiting in darkness, let WAEC be the dawn. The Ghanaians will say, the ruin of a nation begins in the home of its people. O Allah, let what was decided here today build homes, not ruin them. The Liberians will say, knowledge is like a garden. If it is not cultivated, it cannot be harvested. O Allah, make every resolution made here today and every deliberation and every word spoken here today and all the good things that will be done in the next couple of days a seed, and grant Africa a righteous harvest. The Nigerians will say, however beautiful the strategy is, you should occasionally look at the results. O Allah, give WAEC leaders the humility to always measure their work against its fruits. The Sierra Leoneans will say, one hand cannot clap alone. O Allah, keep these 5 nations united, one counsel, one vision, one unwavering commitment to excellence. O Allah, return our delegates safely to their homes, grant them health, courage, and steadfastness, for the work of education is patient work, and patient work is blessed by work. Allah the Almighty says in conclusion in chapter number 103 verses 1 to 3, wal asr innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa amilus salihat wa tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw bis sabr. By the time, indeed, humanity is in the state of loss, except those who are believers, and joining and encouraging each other to the truth, and enjoining and encouraging each other to righteousness and to patience. May WAEC always be among those who do the righteousness and right things. Ameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Imam. Thank you very much. Before we rise from this place, I just have a few announcements to give. Please, let's note that we are all invited to the 31st Annual Endowment Fund Lecture taking place tomorrow at 2 p.m. at the Alisa Hotel Pavilion. It will be an enlightening lecture to be presented by Professor George Oduro, who would be happy to have all of you there to be part of that lecture. Please, in the tradition of WAEC, we want to extend some form of refreshments to all of us seated here. We have more than enough for everybody. For all our invited guests, just across the road, there's the officers' mess. The place is laid. All you need to do is get there. Don't worry, I won't take opening prayer there. There is no need for that. So you just get there, get refreshed before you leave this place. Please, it is for every one of us. For the students, you are all encouraged to remain seated. You will get yours here because you are very special guests. Thank you all very much. It's been a pleasure being with you today. The Lord keep you until we meet again. God bless you. Thank you. So the chairman and the high table, please, just across the road.